They didn't realize they had entered it. Not at first. The road had been ordinary, if anything in this world could still be called that. Twisted roots, uneven ground, fading light. Just another path leading them somewhere unknown. Then the air changed. "Do you feel that?" Soren asked quietly. Lyra nodded. It wasn't cold. It wasn't warm. It was familiar. The kind of feeling that settled into your chest without permission. Like walking into a place you'd never been, but somehow remembered. The trees grew taller, closer. Their pale bark darkened into deep silver, almost black, and their leaves shimmered faintly, not reflecting light, but holding it. Soren slowed. Something brushed his mind. Soft, gentle, a memory. He blinked. For a second, he wasn't in the forest anymore. He was back in Alderwick. Sunlight. Warm. Real. Aelin laughing as she ran through the fields. The smell of fresh bread drifting from the bakery. His mother calling his name from the doorway. Soren. He turned instinctively. And there she was, standing just a few steps away. Exactly as he remembered. His breath caught. "No," he whispered. She smiled. Warm, familiar. "You left," she said gently. "But you can come back." The forest faded around him. He took a step forward. Behind him, Lyra's voice. "Soren." It sounded distant, faint, like it didn't belong here. "You don't need to run anymore," his mother said. "You don't need to fight." Another step. "You can stay." Across the forest, Lyra was fighting her own battle. The trees around her shifted, opened, and the sky appeared. Endless, brilliant, alive. Her breath caught. It was home, not just something she remembered. Something she was. Light stretched endlessly above her, constellations forming and dissolving, calling to her in a language she didn't need to understand. "You don't belong here," a voice whispered. It wasn't threatening. It was kind. "You're fading," it continued. "You feel it, don't you?" She did. Every step on this earth dimmed her, just a little more. Every moment away from the sky pulled something from her. "You could return," the voice said. "You could be whole again." The sky shimmered, and for a moment, she wanted it. Not the running, not the fear, not the constant danger. Just peace. Back where Soren stood. He was close now. Too close. His mother reached out to him. "Come home," she said softly. His chest tightened. I can't," he said weakly. "Why not?" she asked. "Because of Lyra." The thought came, but it felt distant, fading. "She's not your world," his mother said gently, as if hearing the thought. "This is?" Soren hesitated. "She'll leave you," she continued. "She was never meant to stay." That hurt, because it felt true. "She belongs to the sky," the voice said softly. "And you belong here." Soren's hand trembled. Another step forward. Lyra stood beneath the endless sky, her glow slowly strengthening as she reached toward it. "You don't need him," the voice whispered. She froze. "He's human," it continued. "Fragile, temporary." Her light flickered. "He will slow you down." "No," she whispered. "He will die," the voice said gently. "Long before you." That hit deeper than anything else. Images flooded her mind. Soren falling. Soren disappearing. Soren gone. Her chest tightened. "You can avoid that," the voice continued. "Return now." The sky pulsed, inviting, waiting. Soren reached out. His fingers were inches from his mother's hand. Everything felt right, safe, easy. Then, a flicker. Light. Not from the forest. Not from memory. From her. Lyra. Something inside him shifted. "Lyra," he whispered. The illusion wavered. Just slightly. His mother's smile didn't change. She isn't real, she said softly. This is. But something was wrong, because Soren remembered. The marsh. The city. The voice pulling him back, her hand in his. The way she looked at him. Real. Painfully real. No, he said, firmer this time. The illusion flickered again. She'll leave you, the voice insisted. Maybe, Soren said. His hand dropped. But that doesn't mean she's not worth staying for. The world cracked. Across the forest, Lyra stood trembling, the sky pulling at her, the voice wrapping around her thoughts. He will die, it repeated softly. Tears burned in her eyes. I know, she whispered. Then why stay? She closed her eyes and saw him running beside her, laughing, arguing, holding on even when he shouldn't. I don't know how long we have, she said quietly. The sky pulsed. Then come back before you lose him. Her glow wavered. For a moment, she almost stepped forward. Then, Soren, her own voice, in her mind. The way he had said her name, not as something magical, not as something distant, but as something real. Her eyes opened. I choose him, she said. The sky shattered. The forest snapped back into place. Soren stumbled forward and nearly collided with Lyra. They both froze. For a second, neither spoke. Then he pulled her into a tight embrace. You almost left, he said, voice shaking. So did you, she replied, holding him just as tightly. They stayed like that for a moment longer than necessary, neither willing to let go first. Finally, Soren pulled back slightly. What did it show you? He asked. Lyra hesitated. Home, she said softly. He nodded. Yeah, he said. Same. Silence lingered. Then, it told me you'd leave, he admitted. Lyra's expression shifted. It told me you'd die, she said quietly. That hit harder. Soren let out a slow breath. Well, he said, trying to lighten it slightly. That's not great. She didn't smile. I was going to go, she admitted. He froze. But I didn't, she added quickly. He looked at her. Really looked. Why? He asked. She held his gaze. Because I'd rather have time with you, she said softly, than forever without you. That broke whatever distance still remained between them. Soren stepped closer. Lyra, he started, but the words caught. Too much. Too real. Instead, he reached for her hand. And this time, she didn't hesitate. They stood there, fingers intertwined, the forest quiet around them once more. But this silence was different. It wasn't empty. It was earned, behind them, unseen. The trees shifted slightly. The forest had tried to break them, and failed. Far beyond, in a dark reflection hidden in the roots of the world, 3 pale figures watched. This time, not smiling. The sea was silent. Not calm, not peaceful. Silent in the way something dead is silent. The ship drifted through a sky that had no stars. Its sails hung motionless, though there was wind. Its wood creaked softly, though nothing moved it. Lanterns glowed dimly along its edges, their light too weak to feel real. Soren didn't remember how they had gotten there. One moment, they had been walking. The next, they were aboard. Lyra stood beside him at the railing, her glow faint, barely more than a whisper now. This place, she said softly. It's wrong. Soren nodded. I know. The deck stretched endlessly in both directions, far larger than the ship should allow. No crew moved about. No voices echoed. Just that silence. Then, footsteps. Slow, measured. A figure emerged from the shadows at the far end of the deck. Tall, still, unnatural. Passengers, it said. Its voice didn't echo. It sank. Lyra stepped closer to Soren. We should leave. We can't, the figure replied. Soren stiffened. The figure's face came into view. And it wasn't a face. Not really. Just darkness shaped into something that resembled one. "This vessel," it said, "does not carry the living." The lanterns flickered. "Only what is about to be lost." Soren felt Lyra's hand tighten in his. "We're not staying," he said firmly. The figure tilted its head. "That is not your choice." The deck shifted beneath them. The air grew colder. And then silence broke. A whisper. Familiar. "Soren." He froze. "No," Lyra said quickly. "Don't listen." But it was too late. The voice came again, closer. "Lyra." She stiffened. The shadows began to move. Shapes forming, memories twisting, voices calling. "They're not just following us anymore," Lyra whispered. "They're here." And then the witches stepped out of the darkness. Not reflections. Not illusions. Real? Their pale faces gleamed faintly in the dying light. Their eyes locked onto Lyra. "No more running," one said. Soren stepped forward instinctively. "You're not touching her." The witches smiled. "You don't decide that," another replied. The third tilted her head. "But you do make this interesting." The ship groaned, the shadows surged, and the final battle began. The last stand, Soren grabbed Lyra's hand. "Stay with me," he said. She nodded, but her glow flickered weakly. "They've drained too much from me," she whispered. "Then we fight anyway." The witches moved, fast now, faster than before. Soren barely reacted in time, pulling Lyra aside as shadows lashed toward them like living things. "Run!" he shouted. "There's nowhere to go," she replied. The ship twisted. The deck narrowed. The sky above darkened further. They were trapped. The witches closed in slowly. "Give us your heart," one said softly. Lyra's breathing grew uneven. Soren looked at her. Really looked. And in that moment, he knew. There was no more time. "Lyra," he said. She looked at him. "I need you to listen." The witches paused, watching, enjoying. "I don't care how this ends," he continued, his voice steady despite everything. "I don't care if I go back, or if I don't make it out of here." Her eyes widened slightly. "But I need you to know something first." The world seemed to slow. "I love you." Silence. Even the witches stilled. Lyra's breath caught. "Soren, I mean it," he said. "From the moment I saw you, everything changed, and I don't regret any of it." Her glow trembled. "You're the best thing that ever happened to me." Tears filled her eyes. "I love you too," she whispered. And for a moment, the world disappeared. He pulled her closer, and they kissed. Not rushed, not desperate, real, and full of everything they had been holding back. The witches screamed. The moment shattered. "Enough!" one shrieked. They surged forward. Lyra pulled back slightly, her expression changing. "No," she said. Her glow flickered, then steadied, then grew. Soren stepped back, shielding his eyes. "Lyra." She looked at him one last time, soft. "I won't let them take this," she said. And then she shone. The light. It wasn't like before. It wasn't a burst. It was everything. Light exploded outward, filling the ship, tearing through shadows, ripping through the witches, as if they were nothing more than smoke. They screamed. Their forms cracked, shattered, unmade. The ship itself began to dissolve. And in the center of it, Lyra stood. Brilliant, untouchable, until the light faded, and she fell. Soren caught her just before she hit the ground. "Lyra!" Her glow was almost gone. She looked up at him weakly. "I used too much," she whispered. His chest tightened. No, you're okay. We'll figure something out." She shook her head gently. "There's only one way." He froze. "No, I have to go go back, she said softly. No, he repeated, his voice breaking now. You just got here. I know. Tears slipped down her face. I don't want to leave you. Then don't, he said desperately. Stay. We'll find another way. She smiled faintly. There isn't one. The sky above them began to open, light breaking through the darkness, calling her. I have to become what I was again, she whispered. His grip tightened. I can't lose you. You won't, she said, but her voice was fading. You'll always have me. She lifted a trembling hand to his face, and I'll always find my way back to you. His vision blurred. I don't want a sky full of stars, he said. I just want you. That broke her, but she smiled anyway. Then look for the brightest one. The light surrounded her. Soren held on as long as he could, but eventually she slipped from his arms and rose, becoming light again, becoming a star. Soren returned to Alderwick. The wall no longer felt like a boundary. It felt like a memory. Days passed, then weeks, but every night he looked up, and there it was. One star, brighter than the rest. He never doubted it, never questioned it, because he knew. She was there, watching, waiting. One night, as he lay in the same field where everything had begun, the wind shifted. A voice broke the silence. Soren. His heart stopped. He turned, and there she was. Not light, not distant. Real. Standing just a few steps away. I was given a choice, she said softly. To stay, or to come back. He didn't move, didn't breathe. And I chose you. That was enough. He crossed the distance in an instant, and kissed her again. This time, without fear, without time running out. Just them. And for the first time, the world didn't try to take it away. They stayed together. And the sky, for once, felt complete. The end.